You have heard the mantra, operate in excellence. My question to you is, do you actually know what it means beyond doing your best? The title of today's conversation is, what is excellence really? Well, welcome back to the Dream Lifestyle Podcast. We're here to take one step towards our dream lifestyle. If you're new here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all of our conversations. We have new conversations every first and third Monday of the month, all geared around mindset, goals, and self-leadership, so you can take one step towards your goal, your dream that's in your heart. And in today's conversation, we're talking about a well-known concept, a well-known topic that is important for us as dreamers, and that is excellence. Now, excellence is one of those things that I'm certain you've heard of it in church, you've heard about it in businesses, you might even have it as a personal core value. But I want to make sure that we're not just using these words without properly understanding what they actually mean to us. And so I believe that a lot of people, unfortunately, have a very shallow definition of what excellence is. And that means that a lot of people walk around with the definition of excellence being just do your best all the time. And while that is true, that is very true, you do want to always be doing your best, I submit to you that it's not quite complete. And it's my goal to really share with you what excellence is, as well as share with you 3 ways in which we can truly live in excellence. Okay. But let's just back up some when you just think about, why is excellence even important, right? How does excellence even apply to me in my life? I need you to know that excellence is the admission price for your greatness. In order for you to do anything significant in your life, before you think about even achieving anything in your life, please know, believe, and trust me when I say that excellence needs to be a part of the recipe. In order for you to move forward in your life, in order for you to go to the next level in your business, get the promotion at your job, whatever it is, whatever your next is, you are going to need excellence. All right. It's very important. And again, I want you to leave this conversation with a better definition, a better understanding, and I would even say a deeper understanding of what excellence is, so you can effectively go out into your world, view your life, and truly understand where in your life the standard of excellence is being met, and also identify areas in your life where you might be missing the mark, just so that way you can make proper changes. And so I want to start off by just giving you my personal definition of excellence. Okay. And my definition goes like this. Excellence is the obsession with maximizing the quality of processes and results. And a prerequisite to excellence is this word obsession. Because if you truly want to be great at anything, if you truly want to make an impact in any space, you are going to need to obsess over something. All right, you're going to need to become obsessed. And if I could use this word a different way, if I had to substitute obsess with another word, it's simply caring. You're going to need to truly care about something if you really actually want to walk in excellence. And just this idea of excellence, it's not so much just obsessing over just anything, but it's obsessing over the right things. And so that's where the rest of the definition, where it says maximizing the quality, maximizing the quality of processes and results. Meaning that if I want to operate in excellence, if you want to operate in excellence, you are going to need to obsess, truly care over the quality, truly maximizing the quality of the processes and the results. Meaning that you truly care about how things get done and what gets done, the quality of them. Okay, excellence is considered a quality control, so to speak. But this idea of excellence really does start with obsession, but it also then is accurately directed for you to maximize the quality of how you do things, but also maximize the quality of what you're getting done. All right. So that's the definition. So we covered why it's important. I just shared with you what it's about. Now let me just share with you 3 ways in which we are going to live in excellence. All right. There's 3 ways. The first way in which we live in excellence, number 1, is that we pay attention to details. And I find that a lot of people overlook details. And it's because they are overlooking details, they are missing opportunities to improve their life. And I would challenge you, if you find yourself in a frustrating place, if you find yourself in a space where you are confused as to why things are not moving faster than you thought they should, I am going to tell you with love that you are overlooking details. If you consistently have to be reminded about certain aspects of your job, if you consistently have to be told about certain things that have to do with your tasks and responsibilities, you are missing details. And so if you truly want to adopt this spirit of excellence, you are going to need to start paying attention to the details. You're going to truly need to start caring about the details. And it's caring about what you want to get done. It's really about caring about what you want to get done. And I find that a lot of people overlook details when it comes to their goal setting, meaning that when it comes to setting their goals, they'll say things like, I want to do better in my business this year. They'll say things like, I want to do better in the gym. I want to take care of myself physically this year. And they truly overlook a lot of details when it comes to their goal, causing them to overestimate or underestimate their achievement. And so you are missing a lot of opportunity simply by not paying attention to the details of what you want to get done. This is why you need to be specific, at least when it comes to goal setting, but just in every area of your life. When you think about benchmarks you need to hit, milestones you're aiming for, quotas you're trying to meet, projections you're trying to reach, whatever it is, you need to be detailed. Hey, I want to take a second and invite you to the Dreamer Symposium. This year's theme is Next Level Living, and this is a 2-day growth conference for you to set big New Year's goals, for you to strategize for success, and for you to network with other like-minded dreamers. Listen, this is a conference that you do not want to miss. It's changed the lives of many, and I believe it can change yours as well. So be sure to go to dreamersymposium.com or to go in the description link below so that way you can claim your spot to go to the Dreamer Symposium. Whether you get a VIP ticket or a gold ticket, I just want you to do what you need to do for you to be in the room. It's happening on December 7th in Jackson, New Jersey, and it's going to be special. It's going to be life-changing, and I look forward to seeing you there. Now, let's get back to the episode. And the thing about detail is most people are going to look at you as if you're crazy because you obsess over the details. And I'm here to tell you that if you are obsessing over things that are helpful, if you're obsessing over things that are purpose-driven, you are in the right space, and you need to tune out the noise of people that are saying you're doing too much. You need to tune out the voices of the people that are saying it's not that deep. Because let me tell you something, when it comes to the details, it all matters. Every small thing is a big thing. And so when we want to operate in excellence, we are going to make sure that every small thing with our name on it, it matters, and we are accounting for it. And so as the definition says, we're not just paying attention to what we want to get done, we're also paying very close attention to the details in how something gets done. So every single step of the way, I'm analyzing, are there any opportunities for improvement because I want to maximize the quality of this process? And this is something that regardless of whatever task that you are doing, in some way, shape, or form, you want to in some way manipulate, you want to be able to shape, you want to configure the processes behind things. That way you can maximize them. And so this is where when you think about the habits you have, the systems you have, the automations you may have set up, whatever it is in any space, it could be, as in terms of you working out, it can be in terms of your email, whatever it is. But you want to make sure that you are paying so close attention to the details of how things are getting done in your life. Okay. Now, this idea of details, just to kind of sum up this point, is what I need you to know when it comes to you paying attention to the details is that the faster you pay attention to details, the faster you will arrive at your destiny. And so if you want to start living in excellence today, I'm going to encourage you to start paying attention to the details. Now, once we start paying attention to the details, we will start moving faster towards our destiny, which is why, number 2, if we want to live in excellence, we need to act with urgency. We need to act with urgency, simply meaning that the time to act is now. If you have something on your list that you know is necessary, if you have something on your to-do list that is something that could really, quote unquote, move things forward, you need to get on it right now. There is no waiting around when it comes to operating in excellence because we're always trying to maximize, meaning that we have no time to waste. We value time simply because we know that we're trying to achieve a certain result. There's a desired result that we want to see, and we want to see it sooner rather than later. And the way in which you do that is simply always acting with urgency. Now, please hear me. Don't confuse urgency with recklessness. What I am telling you to do is when it is time for you to move, then that's the time that you move. But if you can move forward, if you can improve something, if you can make a tweak to the process, if you can make a tweak to the system, and you can do it right now, do it right now. There's no time to waste. I was talking with a young lady, and she was basically trying to figure out how she could be more helpful, and she's trying to step into leadership at her job and everything like that. And she was kind of telling me some background on, just kind of what was going on. And one of the things that I identified to her was, you know what to do, and you're doing all the right things, but you're not doing it with any urgency. The tasks that should be taking you 2 days seem to be taking you 2 weeks. The things that should be taking you 30 minutes seem to be taking you 2-3 days. It makes, that's the disconnect. And your boss, in this case, just talking to her, is basically trying to figure out what's taking you so long. And again, it's not that she was missing the details. It was just the fact that she wasn't acting with urgency. And so she was in this very frustrated space in her job simply because she was not operating with urgency. And so when we want to operate with excellence, we truly want to get things done as soon as possible. There is no need to wait, so why do it? Okay? And so this idea of acting with urgency is truly centered around acting and having time on your side. Okay? So here's what I want you to know, that when you live without urgency, you will live with regret. That's really good. I'm going to say it again so that way you get it. When you live without urgency, you will live with regret. And I don't want you to live regretful. When you live without urgency, you're going to find yourself always saying, oh, I should have done that. Oh, I wish I had done this. Oh, I should have, I would have. And you're always in this constant state of regret and frustration. And so if you want to adopt a spirit of excellence, number 2, you're going to need to operate and act with urgency. Okay. So we know, number 1, just as a quick recap, number 1, we want to pay attention to the details. Number 2, we want to act with urgency. Number 3, we want to stop negotiating with ourselves. If you want to operate in excellence, you cannot negotiate with yourself. And this is a really bigger picture thought, because we need to understand that life is much bigger than ourselves. Your life is much bigger than just you. And because your life is much bigger than just you, there's a purpose to it. And as I've said, you need to know that your purpose has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with everyone around you. And every minute that you spend not paying attention to details, every moment that you spend not acting with urgency, you are basically hurting the people that are counting on you to operate in excellence. You are damaging and delaying the people who are supposed to be impacted by you and your actions and your dream, by you achieving your dream. But because you feel as though, the world revolves around you, whether it's a main character syndrome or a selfishness, whatever it is, you are missing out the opportunity to serve other people. You are missing out the opportunity to truly act in purpose. And so number 3, you cannot negotiate with yourself. This is all centered around discipline. Excellence is truly a discipline. If you want to operate in excellence, let me be the first one to tell you, it does not matter how you feel. Excellence is a standard, and it's the same standard on Sunday like it is on a Saturday. It's the same standard on a Tuesday like it is on a Friday. Excellence is a standard that must always be maintained, and that is a choice that each and every one of us has to make every single day as dreamers and high achievers. And I get it. You're not always going to feel 100%. I get it. You're not always going to feel like doing whatever the task is. But when you are truly obsessed over maximizing the quality by which you do things, you will put your feelings to the side and do what needs to be done, simply because you have understood and have adopted deeply and truly the spirit of excellence. And so, just as a quick recap for you all about just what excellence really is. Number 1, excellence. Well, actually, let me give you my definition just as a recap. Excellence is the obsession with maximizing the quality of processes and results. All right. Excellence is the obsession. You got to really care with maximizing the quality of processes and results. You're paying very close attention to what you're doing and how you're doing it. And the way in which we do that, 3 ways. Number 1, we pay attention to details. We pay close attention to the details of what we want to get done. We pay close attention to how we get something done. And we understand that the faster we pay attention to the details, the faster we move towards our destiny. Number two, we act with urgency. All right. We act with urgency, meaning we don't wait around. The time is now. If we can move forward, we do. We do what needs to be done and we keep it moving. And we know that when we live without urgency, we will only live with regret. And so that's why number two, we act with urgency. And then number three, if we want to live in excellence, we stop negotiating with ourselves. All right. You will stop negotiating with yourself because there are people counting on you, and it is a discipline. Excellence is a choice that must be made day after day after day because it is the admission price to your greatness. And so I hope that this conversation was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. I just have two favors I want to ask from you. Number one, I'm going to ask you to download the end of year audit that is in the description link below. It is a free resource where you're just going to answer 5 simple questions for you to get a good understanding of how this year went. All right. It's been a long year and it's very easy to have recency bias. So these 5 questions are just going to really have you with the right perspective about your year. So yeah, well, you can end this year strong. Secondly, I'm going to ask you to send this conversation to someone. Send this to another dreamer. Send this to another visionary leader that you know who has a dream and is looking to pursue it. So they also can join this community as well as understand what excellence really is. And I appreciate you. Listen, as you prepare for our next conversation, be sure to check out our last conversation. And always remember, anything is possible when you lead yourself well.